you going to shoot that?
No. I am going to set it up so when they open up the door, they have a very nice surprise.
Okay, well, 2 things. We are still in this building. Books.
He's saying don't fucking do it.
Flammable books. If you burn down the building with us inside, we want to leave the building and help the people. Maybe not do that.
It's up to you. It's your call, sir.
I mean, the stone down below might be better suited for what you want, but I want them to come in and leave.
What do you
But we have to go up a ladder with this stone door. So if they come through there,
the lower chamber's all stone.
I know, but won't it all flood the lower chamber? And then we have to deal with angry lich?
No, not the lower chamber, just the lower chamber.
As he's trying to get you to put it up down the flight of stairs instead of the...
At the door.
Yeah.
It's not quite a lich, by the way.
Can I set it to where it's like halfway down? I would move to like halfway down the stairs and say, is this okay to put it here then?
Does it look stone?
Yeah.
Were you guys talking? Was this a discussion you guys were having, or?
Yes, they...
In the main room,
We don't want to make the lich mad. It's not a lich.
Exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, what lich? There's a lich?
It's not a lich.
What's not a lich?
I don't know what it is. I just saw something.
That is a good question, and I would love to answer that. How long do we have until that blade thing wears off?
I tell him the duration.
You got about 14 minutes before they come to investigate what the hell made mincemeat of a quarter of the army.
So we're good with it here, right?
Yeah, is it stone? I say in a sarcastic tone.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I will have them all clustered. And what it's going to do is it's going to fire directly down onto the step.
Uh-huh.
So that way I'm not attacking an individual. It's actually activating on the stairs.
Yep.
So I will set them all up.
Okay.
So there's like 48 bursting arrows.
Yeah.
I'm heading below wherever Dermot was with the door.
And I will set that up after everyone has passed.
Okay. Dermot, so you're setting that up after everyone's passed. Dermot, you get down to the door.
Mm-hmm.
You go to shove on it. It doesn't budge. As expected.
I shove harder.
You lean into it with what you feel is as hard as you can. You hear a couple of things crunching, but it only goes in about an inch.
Yeah. Sorry.
Is Kel nearby?
Yeah, Kel's downstairs with you now.
I'll put it back out, and then now's a good time to fix it.
I try to use the wands on it.
The wands, what's the one?
Either mending or make whole.
Which one?
Let's start with mending.
Okay. You use a charge of mend on the door. Okay. You cast the thing. You don't hear anything.
Okay, if I don't hear anything, let's try make whole.
Okay, you cast make whole?
Yeah.
All right.
You make a hole successfully.
Yay!
A
Walk
hole
it off.
Successfully make it whole.
Try now.
Oh.
I'll try now.
Don't feel any give at all.
Did you unlock
made
it?
The whole.
Oh, right. I forgot to unlock it. Yeah, I'll use that one now.
Use the wand.
Knock, yeah.
Okay.
And do I hear anything?
Mm-mm.
Try now.
I'll try.
Can you actually see a door frame at this point, or does it look like the door is
No, you
fused
still
with
see
the
the
rest
door
of the
frame.
stone?
It's not like make whole, like make it into a sub. That would take like stone.
Yeah.
That would be funny. You made it whole. The whole wall's intact. No.
Yeah, that's where I thought you were going with that one.
Mm-mm. It's not giving. Even when you put everything into it and have Winston push, it's not giving.
But why didn't it unlock?
Good question.
Did you try the locking mechanism?
You don't see a locking mechanism.
What out of character? What are they working with right now?
They're working with a panel that looks like it's a hidden door.
Can't
Okay,
we just-
I'll look around. I'll see if I detect any portal magic or anything.
You do not.
Okay.
Can't we just break it down and then make it whole again once we're through?
I like Vanna White the door for him, like her knock yourself out.
Yeah, no, I did.
I'll pass. You're the strong one.
I'm out of ideas here. That should have worked. I don't know. Nothing? Okay, back to base it is. Sorry, town.
Come on, guy. Nothing? Nobody?
Uh,
What do you got, Kel? Andaro?
Got nothing to fix.
Sorry, I was still getting
You have
my
any
spell sorted
spells?
here.
I don't know. Can I try disabling the device?
You feel that it is sufficiently disabled.
I still think it's broken.
It's not what he said.
And then that's what I'm relaying it as. I still think it's broken.
Yeah. Got that far.
Hang on a sec. So what was the purpose of this out of character again? We're trying to get through a door or something? Or
We can get on the
activate a
other
panel
side
or
of the door.
something?
We can hide, let them storm this place and not find us here, and then we can attempt to fight them without shooting them in the face with the fucking exploding arrow first.
Sragg,
I gotta have exploding arrows.
I've got a question on the mechanics of something.
Okay.
Etherealness.
Mm-hmm.
Would we be able to go through walls and shit with that, or how does that work?
Yep, you can pass through walls.
Okay. Well, we can try stepping through the ethereal plane to see if we can get through it that way. And Dara says,
Does this door
That would
look
work.
airtight?
No.
No.
We could do that, but then we would have to come back. There's also
we
the
could always
problem
step
with
back through again.
a chute. Can we grab onto the ladder when we go through?
Ladder?
Can
There's a ladder on the other side.
I'm just gonna look at Indara and say, I will explain in a minute. I'm gonna go Misty and go underneath the door and see what's holding it on the other side.
All right.
Misty.
So
Goes into mist form.
poofs into mist and slides into the cracks under the door.
I don't think you need to explain that to a cleric.
And
Yeah.
Dara says, Vampire! No, I'm just kidding.
So you slide through the cracks under the door and into the hollow on the other side.
Uh-huh.
You when you get through on the other side, you do find the it looks kind of like it does on the outside.
Uh-huh.
And there's a hollow and then the drop into the tunnel.
Okay. When I look at the door, am I seeing anything broken on this side
Mm-mm.
that is barring the door?
Mm-mm.
Do the hinges look... There's no hinges on it. What else can I ascertain about the door?
It
Besides-
looks like it's a push.
I'm gonna push the door.
Roll strength. I'm not going to do it.
1.
You hear it? Eh. Oh. Okay. So, no, I can use that. And that is what I think that is, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So, you guys on the other side of the door see the mist go underneath the door, and then it starts shaking a little bit and sliding out into the room.
I just wave. Hi guys. I fixed something for once.
You don't get it all the way out, but it's about a foot out into the room. It's enough where you could get a good grip on it now, Dermot, if you wanted to try to help.
I will help.
Dermot gets a good grip around it, and with the two of them together, you slide the huge stone slab out into the room. Now, finally getting to look at it, you see this thing's probably about 4 foot thick. It's a big block of stone.
I fixed it, I think.
When you get it out, you're going to see the issue was that the locking mechanisms that were attached to it were magical.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, but the door itself was not. A knock spell was probably the only way to unlock it. And the debris from that had gotten wedged. But that is now fully free and clear.
So we go in.
Mm-hmm.
Someone stays out. Push the bookcase in front of the door after closing it. Come join us.
That'll work.
I'll attempt to. She looks at Indar. Please don't smite me.
And just has a look of what?
Now, please follow the vampire into the dark hole.
Don't forget about the social interactions thing I told you about. I say to Endara. It's awkward.
Right. She steps through cautiously with the others.
Y'all go back in and start climbing down the ladder. Haavia, you're going to push the thing back in and push the bookcase over it.
Yeah.
All right. It'll take you a little while, but you'll get
Misty back. Yeah. And then obviously Mist back behind everything and then down the.
Misting down with them, you manage to get to the bottom at the same time that they do.
Okay.
Okay. You guys are back in that room. Andara, it's the first time for you seeing it. As you're coming down the tunnel, the stonework in here seems to be carved in the shape of scales. You get down into what was once a natural cavern that has been shaped to the same scale pattern all the way back. In the center of this room, further back, there is a huge throne that looks like it's also made of stone that was just sprung up. It's a giant cobra's head sitting over the top of the throne with snakes for armrests, and there is a skeletal figure holding a staff hunched over on the throne.
If I knowledge religion, any of this, is this strike any bells or ring any bells?
You might have seen knowledge religion. This is kind of similar to what the Naga would have. Not Naga, Yanti. It's similar to Yanti culture, but much, much older.
Okay.
The Great Sorok.
Yanti, what do I know of the Yanti?
Snake people.
Just snake people?
Yeah, and they think themselves superior to all the other races.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we? What is this place?
This is the chamber of the Great Sarok.
The Great Sarok?
Not his
Who's
name.
the Great Sarok?
Point over to the throne.
And this is, sorry, this was under the temple?
Yep.
That we're in?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
He's old as the gods.
How do you know this? Who is
He
this?
told me.
He's here?
Yeah, he's old. Like a lich, but not.
I see. Sragg, are the Yonti, what's their general alignment? Would I know that?
Evil. With a capital E.
Okay.
The artifacts in his possession are extremely powerful and extremely old, and he said he made them.
Artifacts in his possession.
The staff, should be able to make that out.
Yep.
He's also got a belt and maybe an amulet.
Is there any writing around or anything like that?
There is some script around the bottom of the throne, but it's the same rough language, similar to the one on the scroll that y'all found that Kel has in his possession.
If I cast comprehend languages on myself, I'm gonna do that. I'll send you my-
Comprehend. Will that let you
I'll
read?
I'll send you my list here.
I will pull it up right quick.
Oh crap. It's just, hang on.
Not a problem.
There's the link
Comprehend
to the
language.
one that
Yes. You can understand spoken words of creatures or read otherwise incomprehensible written messages. In either case, you must touch the creature or writing. The ability to read does not necessarily impart insight into the material, merely its literal meaning. It enables you to understand or read a language, not speak or write it. 1 page per minute. Magical writing cannot be read, but the spell will reveal that it's magical. All right. Yeah, it will allow you to read it.
okay. I'll use that and see what I can read.
All right. You use the comprehend languages. You get up to it and you start reading along. The high seat of Gatekeeper Ventek, Arch Wizard of the Sarok.
I'm going to be narrating this as I'm reading it to the others. I'll be like, it says what you just said.
Yeah. The seat of Gatekeeper Ventek, High Mage of the Sarok, Keeper of the Ways.
Interesting. Okay. What did Cal out of character? What did you say this creature's name was?
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't. You said he told me the old person I'm talking about.
I didn't say it was his name.
Oh, okay. But what did you call him?
The Great Sarok.
Okay, thanks. Where is this Great Sarok?
That's Must be him. Ventek on the throne there. Like, right in front of you.
Interesting. So he's there, like literally sitting there, or
Yeah, there's a skeletal figure sitting there, slouched over, holding a staff. There's a lot of rune work on the staff, and it's topped with a large crystal.
He's been
Seems to
waiting.
have different, as you focus on the crystal, there's different shades of color going through it.
interesting.
He said
So
he can portal with that to the realms he requires.
Oh, interesting.
Wait,
Yeah,
you
I'll
can
do
read
analyze.
that?
I'll do analyze portal and see what I can see then around here.
You can
Yeah.
read that language now?
Yeah. Yes. I can't speak or write it, but it allows me to read its literal meaning.
Does read magic work the same? Spellcraft wise? Read magic spell?
It won't let you read languages like that. No, that's comprehend languages.
Okay.
I think bards have comprehend language too. I think they should be able to.
You can decipher magical inscriptions on objects, books, scrolls, weapons that would otherwise be unintelligible.
Yeah. Basically, the purpose of that, like say you manage to get a rival wizard spell book, you can use read magic to tell what that spell is, what he did.
You're thereafter able to read that particular writing without recourse to use the read magic. Okay. Read this. I'm just going to give him the scroll.
Oh.
This
Okay.
was from the temple.
Right. I'll take it.
All
I'll
right.
have a look.
You read it up. It's addressed, Commander. You are to assist in the retreat of our Drow allies.
Okay.
If there are any survivors or need of your aid, you are to relinquish your men to them immediately.
Okay, I'll narrate that out. So perhaps that lizard man was aiding my kin.
But then what happened to them? Why didn't they die like the others?
I have a feeling something was lost in translation.
Right. That's definitely strange.
Wait, so this...
the Drow allies. They might mean Loth.
Oh,
Sandar is thinking about it.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Of course. There's
Then they
Drows
weren't-
on both sides.
right.
There's Drow on both sides, rather. Not Drows.
Then they weren't friendly. That explains this.
This makes me uncomfortable that these are in the same language as our friend here. Not that it matters, as he's probably listening anyway.
He doesn't seem to care.
You will tell enough from looking at what's been written down there below and what's written on this scroll that the characters and the language have changed slightly.
Okay.
It seems like they're connected, but
Okay.
maybe
I'll
it's
say
part
that.
of my time.
Like Latin and English.
Exactly.
Okay. I'll say that. I'll narrate that then. Then they might not necessarily be.
If you were going to give it a name, you would say this is Lizard Man and this is High Lizard Man.
Yeah. Okay. She's still sort of on guard and looking around and stuff. So
There's
what's the
nothing.
plan from here? Are we just going to shut the door behind us, or was that already happened?
The door is shut.
I close the door behind us.
And Dara's attentiveness. Well,
How long has everything passed, Sragg?
Y'all been down here with her reading the stuff, probably a good 10 minutes.
Okay. I'm going to start listening to see if I hear anything.
Okay.
So I'll go about halfway up the ladder. I'm going to start listening to see if I can hear my booby trap or not.
All right. You'll be waiting there for a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
After it's been about 6 minutes, you will hear an explosion from up top.
How many screams do I hear?
There were several screams that all cut off at once.
I think they're in the building, guys.
Be quiet.
She'll go back down the ladder and draw an arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, what is your
Yeah.
malfunction?
In case they come.
Shh.
Right? Y'all wait down there cautiously. 10, 20, 30 minutes pass. No one comes.
4 hours later.
4 hours later. What do y'all do while you're down there, or are you just giving it a certain amount of time?
Like cards.
I think Kel's got a deck of cards.
deck of many things. Yeah. I don't I have that? Wait a minute. Did I have?
Yeah,
I have
you
one of
have
those.
that. You're the
Oh,
one who
that's
has
right.
that.
Andara deals the hand of cards.
Hey.
Kel gets a full house and 3 people die.
Mentioning the cards, I'm gonna make sure they're still in my possession. I'm not gonna pull them out, but I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
she actually said we could play cards.
Yeah. So, how long? Just give me a time frame so I can. Unless y'all are doing something while you're down here, so I know what I'm doing. How long would y'all wait before you tried to go back up?
How long does a siege take?
Months.
Yeah.
A siege does take months, yes. But the siege is over. They're in the city now.
How much does a ransacking take? How long? How long?
It'll
does a
be done
ransack-
by nightfall.
I guess we'll wait till nightfall.
Okay.
How long can you stay in your mist form? I'm asking.
I want to be in mist. I would have been back and
No,
the
character is asking.
I'm actually Ender is asking. Haavia.
Do you speak any
And-
languages?
yeah. Enter an XYZ minute or enter while I look that up.
Okay.
She says this long.
Yes.
What do you say to that?
Well, depending on how long it is,
Uh-huh.
I have different answers. different follow up.
Okay.
Delay on that answer then for 2 minutes.
All right. I think
Havia's got a weird look on her face as she's frozen in time.
It's like 10
She's
minutes.
thinking.
Roughly, I think is what it's supposed to be on the base.
There's a
Just
bar that
guess.
says loading.
That's just fine.
Say at least this long.
At least
I-
10 minutes. Yeah, it's just for 2 minutes per level. Okay, 2 minutes.
Per level?
Yeah, so like half an hour.
Are you, well, actually, it says your level, huh? Let me see. Savage species. I guess this is pretty dang important because I'm going to be setting a precedent with it. So we better figure out whether it's 2 minutes or 30 minutes.
Yeah, probably a good thing to know.
And I can't find my Savage Species book. I find it.
At least 2 minutes.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah. Out of character, like I'm just thinking, Haavia could at least go and have a look in mist form.
Right.
Would be sort of undetectable, or at least not as obvious as a bunch of people running around going, "Hello,
Well,
is there a raid
yeah.
still happening?"
Yeah. I get what you're saying on that. I would have.
You would have agreed to it if it would work.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Haavia being Haavia is like, yeah, I can pull that off. Mist forms up the tunnel.
It doesn't really do us any good if it's like 30 seconds, though. So I was like, how long does it last? Like,
Can I just hold out the orb for everybody?
all right.
Idea. Dermot holds out the orb and it's like,
Dermot whips out his orbs.
amateurs. I'm
Okay.
surrounded by amateurs.
Oh, I'm not participating in this.
No?
I'm just sitting here watching everyone talk.
Okay.
Oh, right. The orb. That interesting orb.